It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep
welcome in, y'all. Shout out to my sleuths in the building. And shout out to all my sleuths on the replay. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank y'all for dropping down in the chat. How y'all doing on this good 4th of July? Shout out to Kippy. And shout out to Shelly. Thank y'all for dropping in. Salute to you. Blessings to you.
Thank you for tuning in to MTGV. True Crime TV.
Please smack that thumbs up, y'all.
Team Vibe. Miss V. And make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you leave a comment too. Yeah.
Please no B and E, y'all. Please make sure you ring my bell before you break into my chat. No breaking and entering. Even if you in my bushes, okay? My bushes is my bushes. So please smack that thumbs up. Shout out to everybody. I hope y'all having a great day today. We got a lot of stuff to go over. I mean, we're going to be talking about, let me see, Jarvis's new charges. That was mentioned on my last live stream. I had a caller that called in and told us that there were new charges on his docket from 2013 incident. And yeah, I'm kind of confused on that because it sounds dang near similar. I mean, his charges, I guess, are kind of the same, but it sounds like the charges that he already had. So I'm gonna go over that and just see what we can gather from that. Also, we're gonna be talking about King. I don't know. Yeah, King is, I guess he's released. It looked like he might have got released on a house arrest or a tether, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna be looking at that. And shout out to everybody, y'all. We're gonna be going over a couple things. So there is, let's start with the petition. There is a petition that's been out. It was released by Tamara Liberty Smith back in January. I know that Roxy had put it on her page on Facebook. So it has 32,000 signatures, over 32,000 signatures. Hold on. I think I put the link to it in. Did I put it in this one? The link to it will be in the description box of this video. Let me move this stuff so y'all can see what I got. And I talked about this before. So if you have not signed this petition, please do. I'm going to go over what this petition is talking about. Let's see. Shout out to Sherry Clark in the building. Shout out to my moderator. How you feeling? Chocolate 313, good morning. I'm so happy to see you in the chat. Hugs to you and love to you. You love my channel? Thank you, Tone. Shout out to you. Law Talk with Tone. I'm going to have to come check you out. Welcome over here. I appreciate you dropping down. Yeah. So, hold on. Okay. So this petition, it says protect our children, enforce strict measures against known violators of CPS. And when Roxy, well, actually, okay. So Tamara Liberty Smith, she posted this back in January 28th. It says this petition is dedicated to the memory of Naziyah Harris, whose life was tragically taken because of decision of to allow a known ped a second chance. That's what Shannon said literally on Mark D's show back when all of the stuff broke. And so please sign and share this petition to demand change in the policies and procedures with CPS. We're now over 20K. Okay, and then let me click into it right quick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop it while I have it put up. Let me go over here. And if you didn't sign it, please do. And what it says, the issue. So the undersigned called upon CPS to enforce stricter measures to prevent, I guess I can't talk today, individuals who have violated CPS rules regarding known pets from maintaining custody or contact with their children. This petition is dedicated to the memory of Naziyah Harris, whose life was tragically taken because of a decision to allow a known pet a second chance. So, dear CPS, the safety and well-being of our children must be our utmost policy or priority. Recent events have highlighted a critical gap in the enforcement of Child Protective Services rules, allowing children to remain in an environment where their safety is compromised by known violators of their rules. Naziyah Harris's tragic passing underscores the need for immediate action. Her life was cut short because a known pet was allowed to have contact with her, despite existing CPS guidelines intended to prevent such scenarios. So, key word, existing CPS policies is already a policy. Okay, and it says Naziyah Harris' tragic passing underscores the need for immediate action. Her life was cut short because of a known pet who allowed to have contact, despite the existing CPS guidelines intended to prevent such scenarios. We believe that this tragedy could have been avoided with stricter enforcement and oversight. We urge CPS to 1. Review and strengthen policies. Reevaluate current policies related to the custody and care of the children who may be exposed to known pets, ensuring that these policies are robust and comprehensive. 2. Enhancement, monitoring, and compliance. Enhance monitoring and compliance, increasing monitoring and enforcement efforts to ensure compliance with CPS rules, particularly in cases where a child's safety may be at risk. 3. Implement mandatory reporting and accountability measures. Establish mandatory reporting and accountability protocols for caregivers and guardians who knowingly place children in unsafe environments, aka shop, Jarvis sneaking in the basement, them allowing it. Shannon clearly saying, oh, if the society can give them another chance, so can I. CPS reports in 2022, and you continue to send her there. Them. It's crazy. They definitely should have already been locked up. 4. Provide better support and enforcement. Offer more support and resources for families and caregivers to make informed decisions that prioritize the safety of children. By signing this petition, we hope to bring about meaningful change that will protect children, prevent future tragedies. Let us work together to honor the memory of Naziyah Harris by ensuring that every child has the safe and nurturing environment they deserve. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter. Tamara Liberty Smith. And let me see. Let's see. So this one was 5 months ago. Let's see something. And it looked like wait a minute. Yeah, it says Tamari started this 5 months ago. What is this one? January 21st, 2025. I'm just kind of clicking into it, trying to see. Okay. Yeah, please smack the thumbs up if you hadn't got a chance to. Shout out to Virtuous and Vanjie. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let's do this.
The 13-year-old Naziyah Harris, that's a clue date on a missing persons case that we've been following for nearly 2 months. Today, rescue crews search for 13-year-old Naziyah Harris, a secluded pond in Clinton Township. CBS News Detroit's Eye in the Sky chopper was over the scene this afternoon at a pond near Gratiot and 14 Mile. Police say Harris was last seen January 9th near Cornwall Street and 3 Mile Drive in Detroit. They tell us that she left Clark Elementary School that day and never came home. Police say they don't believe that she was initially abducted, and there are no suspects at this time. There have been multiple searches since she went missing. If you have any information that can help with the investigation, call DPD. Developing tonight at 6, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is charging a Detroit man with murder and sexual assault in connection to the case of Naziyah Harris. Alicia Bergio has been following this story and has a closer look at what happened in court today.
Today, witness testimony began in the case of missing 13-year-old Naziyah Harris, who disappeared in January. Her body was never found, but evidence shows that she was killed, and Jarvis Butts is the man who has been charged with her murder. Harris was the niece of Butts' girlfriend. Phone records show both Harris and Butts had an inappropriate sexual relationship, and it was in November of 2023 he found out Harris was pregnant. She soon disappeared in January of this year after allegedly meeting up with Butts. Today, Cordell Wright, his friend and business partner, was the first to take the stand to testify in the case. Wright says he and Butts owned an auto shop in Detroit together. On January 9th, Wright claims Harris visited Butts at the shop, something she had done several times before with Butts' daughter. Wright says he never witnessed any inappropriate behavior between the two when she would visit. It wasn't until a few weeks later, when Wright was questioned by police, that he found out Harris's name and that she was in fact missing. Harris's cousin still processing everything she heard.
It's a lot to take in, but my family and I, we're this is the beginning process of it all. And we are looking to get, justice for Naziyah in the end.
Witness testimony will start back up on January 6th. 21 more witnesses are expected to take the stand. In Detroit, Alicia Bergio, CBS News Detroit.
Okay, so we're going to be talking a little bit about King and Roxy right now. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much for being here. Hold on, something is playing in my ear. This food. Okay, hold on. Okay. So shout out to the 187 people in the building. If y'all could please smack the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so that petition and stuff that I was reading, the post that Roxy has with it says a lot of you were asking how you can support the Naziyah Harris movement. This is the first order of business, change and policy reform. Please help us make a positive change in honor of Naziyah and stop SA. Please sign and share the petition and help us begin to get justice for her and keep her name alive while helping so many others. Okay, so it says sign this for free and help us get justice she deserves. We need 127,000 more signatures. So it's only at 32,000, y'all. If you have not signed this, please do. And let me put the link in there right now, even though it won't be clickable right now, but it will be after the live stream. And also I can put it in the description box so I can make sure that y'all get this, because it's important. There it is right there. And then while I'm thinking about it, I can't get it from there. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so Roxy had posted that a couple of days ago on her page, and also this petition that I was just reading, that is pinned to the top of her page on Facebook. And I did see another one too, that somebody else started. But we gonna go with the one that Tamara Liberty Smith set up. One of the things that I seen right here, this was something that I found on her page or somewhere on social media. Let me move these banners right quick. So I think this is the Jaguar. This was actually shared from King's post. This is my first time seeing it. Move that banner. So it was shared by Roxy from King, and he actually posted this on January 9th, 2024, the exact same day that Naziyah went missing. It says, "We fix it all." That's what King said. And then the caption on here, "This is the vehicle Naziyah was picked up in with Jarvis and Cordell on the day that she went missing, 1/9/2024. Literally posted that day. Wow. Hold on, y'all. We being a little bit nosy right now. See what people are saying about this. Wait a minute. Somebody said, "I know this is weird and possibly 100% inaccurate. However, those streets were all dug up around the shop when Naziyah went missing. Cadaver dogs need to go down block by block to make sure she was not buried under one of those streets." For real? What? But they started out saying, "I know this is weird and possibly 100% inaccurate. However, those streets were all dug up." Somebody need to research that lid there. Like, what? Who dug them up and why? I'm assuming that the city would have dug them up. Hold on. Let's see. Somebody said, "Oh my goodness, wow, so sad. The date on this post, Heavenly Father, all of them who are involved and who have done nothing to help this sweet girl are heartless." So one of the things I was wondering, like, I remember hearing that they go in through the store to get to the shop. We do know that before they moved to the shop on Connor, they were at Warren and Neff. That shop, let me see something right quick. I meant to have that put up because I was looking at something the last time we were live. Let's go there. Wait. I do not see what I'm looking for right here. Hold on, y'all. I guess I'm going to... Hold on, let me do something right quick. Somebody posted on this picture, they said, I hope someone was following him today, because if they haven't found her, they really not about to now, because all the evidence is about to be gone. That's something, y'all. I never knew that this vehicle got posted. I wonder what time was this and all that. So one of the things I was looking at the photos from that place on Warren and Neff, and it's like set up. It has a couple couches in there, and we know that that's the one that they really was doing whatever, you know. But the one that's attached to that store, I believe that. I find it hard to believe that King didn't know anything, just because it don't make sense what Jarvis was doing, having her hanging around. It just don't make sense that he wouldn't know anything. But the man so far haven't been charged with nothing. And from what I seen, it looked like he is already out. Okay, so I went through a few things there. This is interesting. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull something else up right quick. I'm going to go through a few things that I have here. So you see what it says. Supervision is to begin on the 1st of July. And then it says that the date is supposed to be until the 2026. So that's a whole year. So I'm just assuming that he going to be on a tether again for a whole year. Let me see what else I got in here. So let's go here. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so by the way, he gets out. Oh yeah, by the way, King or Cordell King is getting out on the 3rd. And that's what I'm saying. Like the paperwork that I just put up, it says on the 1st. But I don't know. So she pinned. He's the person that was driving in the car with Jarvis and Naziyah when she was picked up by the both of them after school and drove to Ypsilanti on January 9th, 2024, which is the day she went missing and was never seen again. Let's see. I mean, I'm just somebody says smoking on Cordell. Let's see what they saying. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at the comments. So I've been following this case so closely. I pray that all involved in this baby's disappearance, possible death, will die the absolute slowest and most painful. As a mother of a 13-year-old girl, yep, I said what I meant and meant what the F I said. Let me see what I can see. So let me see if they said anything. Let's see. Give me a second, y'all. Get off of my page. Hold on. So Cordell Wright said he was a friend and business partner of Butts. He said when Butts was locked up, Butts called him, asking him to remove his phone from his vehicle. It's unclear why. However, the defense brought up the idea that Butts, who has 13 children, which we know that's a lie, juggled a lot of women, and that he didn't want one of the women to find out about the other. Wright said he didn't find the phone. He also said Butts referred to Naziyah as his niece. In the other two cases, Judge Aaliyah Sabri ordered Butts to stand trial. Okay. Seven News Detroit didn't record those alleged victims during their testimony. One girl, 13, said Butts essayed her when she was 4 years old. She said Butts was dating her mother at the time and claims he made her strip down and touched her. A 20-year-old woman also took the stand and said the same thing happened to her when she was 8 years old. And again, at the age of 10. That was his daughter. Butts had just been released from prison after serving nearly 10 years for the same thing. So he got right out and did that. And at the same time, he was with Shannon. Like he got right out doing all of the stuff. It says here they were very brave. I commend both of them, Roxy said. She said she's proud of those who came forth in the Naziyah case. Every single woman deserves, every single girl deserves justice, she said. She's using her voice to be a voice for Naziyah and hoping the domino effect will continue. Yes. And I hope to see JoJo get her day in court. I'm going to look at the chat in a minute, y'all. I just want to say that we know there's more out there. And I hope that people viewed it from the comfort of their home. And I hope that it sparks something in every woman and every girl. He has done this to come to light. Okay, hold on. But I was trying to see if they said anything about King, if anything was out. But I'm not seeing anything. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So the latest charge that I can see on here, I'm looking at King's record right now. Hold on. Let me see. The latest one. The latest one that I'm looking at, it says the date of the offense was 7/3/2019. It says the date of sentence 2021. Let me look at this right quick. Assault, penalties, previous conviction, exception, assault of a health professional or medical volunteer, enhancement penalty. So, except as otherwise provided in this section, a person who assaults and batters an individual and no other punishment is prescribed by law is guilty of the misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment for not more than 93 days, fine, 500 or both. If the victim of a violator under this subsection is a health professional or medical volunteer, and a violation occurs while the victim is performing the victim's duties as a health professional or medical volunteer, the person is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment for not more than 93 days or a fine not more than 1,000 or both. The enhancement fine under the subsection does not apply if the defendant is a patient who is receiving treatment from the victim. 2. Exception are provided in subsections. Individual who assaults or assault battery the individual spouse or former spouse, an individual with whom the individual has or has had a dating relationship, an individual with whom the individuals has had a child in common, or residents or former residents of the individual's household is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment for more than 93 days or a fine over 500 or both. Hold on. So that's the one that is, the DV of knowingly assaulting a pregnant woman. Third offense. Weapons and firearms. Another assault felony. Dangerous weapons. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's look at that right quick. Because that is something, I mean, I haven't heard of that being on his record. But I was listening at a video, right? Let me go to it right quick because I wonder if y'all agree with what this guy is saying. Where is it at?
Co-worker, whatever y'all want to call him. The one who was with him and Naziyah. And hey, this Jarvis Butts friend, co-worker, whatever y'all want to call him. The one who was with him and Naziyah. And here go what I got to say about it. We as men, we know our friends. We know when somebody they like or dealing with around. So I think he just as guilty as Jarvis. Because as a man, I'm going to tell my friend, why you got this little girl with us? Why is y'all acting like that? What's up? Bro, your ass bogus. You better not be messing with that little girl, bro. That's what I'll say to our friend. I will call him out on his wrongdoing because he's my friend. But after that, we probably don't be friends no more after I see that trait in him. But as men, we definitely pick each other up on that type of shit. Unless we don't give a fuck and we with it too. So he might have been with it too, y'all.
What do y'all think? Because that was one of my thoughts a long time ago. I'm like, first of all, you're fixing on a car. There's no place for a little girl in there. And it was a period of time that Jarvis actually was in the car with her. So what did he think they was doing? What about the other kids being there? I just don't know how he wouldn't know unless he was never there. But people who go to jail back and forth, they usually know what each other is in jail for. So shout out to Sherry. Thank you so much. Please, can we be so kind to hit the thumbs up? Yes, please, y'all. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't. Welcome in, Kathy Haw. I am great. Beautiful day. Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. Where is the petition? So I dropped it. I dropped it in the chat, but I don't think it's clickable. So what I can do right now, so y'all can click on it, I'm gonna put it on my community wall. I'm going to it right now. Let me see. Yes. So let me put a little caption on it. And please go over and sign it. You can wait till after this live stream, or you can sign it now. It's up to you, but it'll be there. All right, I just dropped that. And then, okay, let me pull something before I do. Oh, shoot. Let me pull something else up right quick. So I showed this the last time I was live, but this one has some extra stuff on it. So this person that was doing this, even though I kind of redid it, and you know, I'm circling the car so y'all can see what they're zooming in on. And so they're pointing out this vehicle that is sitting out there in the lot. Also, that girl does look like Naziyah. It does. I mean, because I looked at her shoes and I've seen Naziyah in shoes like that. But what they're doing right now, they're showing a vehicle that was in that parking lot that's in the parking lot of this shop. Do y'all think that's the same car? I mean, it's the same type of car. They're showing the date there. They're showing all the cars there at the same time. So ironically, we have a little girl that looked like Naziyah. That looked like Naziyah. The shoes she got on her feet is sandals, and I mean they're like slide-ins, furry on the top. I've seen her in those kind of shoes. That car happened to be in the parking lot, and it's the same car in the shop parking lot. Do y'all think that that is the same? That is something. And the petition is to lock up the people that knew and allowed this to happen. You think it's the same car? I mean, I know it's the same type of car. Is it the same car? I don't know. I don't believe in coincidence. I promise you, it looked like Naziyah to me. I mean, we know that she was there at some point. It's interesting how Google Maps is picking up on a lot of this stuff. Even seeing Jarvis and King on a lot of this Google Map footage. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let me go back to that post I was looking at. So, yeah, let me go back to that post. We'll finish up with King. So it says, if you're a pad, DM me. I want to interview you. You must be on the SO list. She pinned, nah, I'm dead ass because I got questions. Lots of them. She said, I'm waiting. Because somebody said, wait, hold on. Somebody said, man, I want to so bad because they need to be interviewed, okay? I mean, I haven't heard anybody say that King is known for this or anything, or if any, but I don't know, man. Ain't no way he could have been around me doing that. Somebody said, why all the baby mamas never been questioned by the detectives? For an interview, I know they heard or watched this baby hold hostage or whereabouts and located at who get rid of human being. Probably know where the baby was tossed back and forth. People, houses, vehicles. Hold on, y'all. Just trying to see what we can gather. So she mentioned his wife too. I guess he's going home to his wife. I wonder if she knows he, messing with all that. Yeah, hold on. Now let's see. She said he got a whole ass wife and he slutting out Shannon. The heck is going on? So I remember in the beginning, like when I first started covering this and listened to his testimony, I was like, wait a minute, he messed with Shannon? Because they asked him if he messed with, if he dealt with somebody that stayed out in Clinton Township. And then I remember, like, at first, initially, I thought it was Shannon. And then when I listened again, I wasn't sure. So I got to listen to it again to know. I don't know, though, but I don't doubt it because that's what they do. They share. They share. They absolutely share. We know that Shannon, according to Dre, she was real cutthroat. That he said that it wasn't something that was planned. It was something that him and her did without Marquita while Marquita was at work. Her and Marquita fell out about it, so it don't sound like she was happy. But it does sound like something that they obviously do, because if my sister did something like that, which I can't even put us in the same type of category, but that is just unheard of. Hello, family. How's everyone doing? Happy 4th to you. Welcome in. Shoot, I act like I got all day, too. I'm playing around. Miss V, JoJo asked if you could pause on the girl. Oh, hey, JoJo. I don't have it in there still, but I'm planning on putting it together and showing it because I want to find the picture of her in the same shoes. So I don't have it still right now, but I am definitely going to look at it. Welcome in, Ida. Grand Rising Ms. V. I knocked and rang the bell. Thank you so much. Share before entering. Thank you so much. If you support the channel, please share it out. Thumbs up, just like Ida did. I appreciate you. We need the shares and the likes. Let me see, JoJo. I'm gonna see if I could. I mean, I can screenshot it, but I do want to put it in there. Let me I'll put it in there. Yeah, that's the same car. So what did y'all think? Did y'all think that was the same car? Kathy thinks it's the same car. And if you're a member, drop them good members emojis by hitting a smiley face. Why wouldn't you barbecue and smoke and drink? What? How do you sit? Welcome in, Tia. I don't know what the conversation. Okay. That's why he keeps offending, because they're not giving him stronger sentences. Exactly. I mean, the sentence for that should be pretty strong, but it seemed like they real weak. They get out on good behavior or whatever. I don't know. There's no cure for this. Thank you so much for subscribing, Tia. I appreciate you. JoJo says, thank you. I don't know what I did, JoJo, but thank you. Thank you so much for being here. They got courage to speak out for those who can't, especially Naziyah, because her alleged family ain't ish. Exactly. They ain't. Okay. Let me see what else I got. And then matter of fact, let me put something up right quick so I can put that in there. Give me a second. I didn't know King was married. Let's see something. Give me a second, y'all. I'm just doing it to put something in. Look at this food. Oh, straggly beard. Can't even grow hair on his face properly. He's a man boy. Eyebrows hitting that damn mask. We don't like it. We don't want to see a mask this time. It's gonna poke his dang on eyes out. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing something. Hold on. Y'all please smack the thumbs up.
59617. The people of the state of Michigan versus Jarvis Butts, charged with count 1 homicide, murder versus 3 premeditated. Count 2 child sexually abusive activity. Count 3 criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 years of age or older. With the habitual offender fourth defense notice set for an exam today. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Senior Ripley on behalf of the people, P83688.
And good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Makepeace on behalf of the people as well, P82796.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff, Neighborhood Defender Services by Ken Riggin, P82125 on behalf of Mr. Jarvis Butts.
And good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Cook, P83973, also on behalf of the Jarvis Butts. Mr. Butts, station. Mr. Butts, you can have a seat.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lauren Butler, Neighborhood Defender Service as well.
Telling him to have a seat is equal to saying hide. Go ahead and hide, Jarvis.
And the people would ask for an exception for the officer in charge because they, in fact, Sergeant Shannon Jones.
And just question whether or not Sergeant Johnson has testified today.
Not today, but she will be testifying.
No objection for exam purposes.
Okay, if there's anyone in the courtroom who may testify or is a witness on this case studies today or at trial, if it goes to trial, you must exit the courtroom now. Also, just to put everyone on notice, this case is being streamed live on YouTube. So if there's anyone on YouTube who may testify or is a witness on this case, you must also log off and not view the proceedings today. Anything else?
No judges, Madam Stated.
Okay, so call your first witness, Ms. Ricky.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, we'll call Cordell Wright.
What? I didn't even know that was his testimony, y'all. I just clicked on this. That's wild. What the heck? I didn't even know. Look, how he ain't see him though. How did he not see him?
Face the judge. Raise your right hand.
He walked past me.
I do.
What are we doing, sir?
Could you spell his first name for me?
Cordell.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning.
And Mr. Wright, do you have a nickname?
Yes.
And what's your nickname?
King.
Is that King?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hold on, y'all. We ain't about to listen at this.
How old are you?
37.
When's your birthday?
11/17.
What year?
86.
Yep, so his birthday in November, Jarvis' birthday in November, and Annette's birthday is in November. I think Annette's birthday November 16th. And I know Jarvis's is the 21st, and what he just said. Did he just say the 16th too?
How old are you?
37.
When's your birthday?
11/17.
17.
What year?
86.
So 16, 17, and 21, because I do believe that's her birthday.
And Mr. Wright, back in January 2024, were you on an MDOC tether?
Yes, I was.
Hold on, I gotta
And
get
what
rid of
date
some
were you
stuff.
on tether from?
From March 14th, 23 to March 28th of 24.
And what were your tether restrictions back then?
I could leave the house from 6 in the morning. I had to be back in by 9 p.m.
He probably got the same restrictions.
Mr. Wright, do you know someone named Jarvis Butts?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Jarvis Butts?
I first met him. We worked together at a shop called Frank's. And then we owned the shop together.
And do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today?
He looked over there, same as
No.
Annette.
Yeah. Would you be able to stand up so you can look around?
Boy, bye. How?
No.
What is that? Like, how do they not see this man? But I did say he is cowering down there quite a bit. Hold on. Okay, so here is the picture that I just put in. What do y'all think? So I wanted to put a picture on top of it. But literally, I don't think I had a picture in here. It's a picture in here where she has on some fuzzy slide-in shoes, but they are different. But that don't mean that she don't have more than, one pair of those fuzzy. Let me go back to it. If y'all happen to find a picture, send it to me. If y'all happen to find a picture of her in shoes like that. But what do y'all think? Let me dang, I don't even have it up. Hold on. Shout out to Beezy in the building. Shout out to my sniper. Shout out to Bronze. How y'all doing? Shout out to my BFF. Mr. Evans. To you. Woo, that's a bad word. I can't even say it. Well, I can't say it, but spelling it, I'm surprised you got that name. Is she holding an animal? It looked like a jacket to me. I thought it was a jacket, maybe. Let me see. It's blurry. I can't see it real good, but I don't think it's an animal. I think it's more like a jacket. I mean, one thing for sure. She built like her. She built like Naziyah. It definitely, absolutely could be Naziyah. Rise and shine, BFF. Evans said, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? I don't believe that is her with that white cap on. Welcome in, Tanya. Yeah, I don't either. I don't. But we did watch the video, and it looks like when she went into the blur mark, it looked like it turned into a hood. I'm not understanding why the footage is so distorted, because it don't have to be. And it's annoying that it is. Let's see. So we did talk about this last time, that I definitely believe that she got off of that bus and she was walking with some other students. Let me look at something. So he was saying, he was talking about the other shop that they worked at together, and then they end up going to the one that they own together, he said. But this is the one that they will go to. This is the one that the daughter talked about. And I noticed some things. You know, it's real cozy. Is that Jarvis right there? It probably is. I don't know. Let's see. I think it's his old butter teeth butt. Hold on. Yep. That's him. Absolutely. Loser. They got these jive turkeys everywhere, don't they? That is dude. Because that's literally the same outfit he had on when he was walking his daughter in that prom dress. Look like he's smiling for the camera. Look like he up to no good. What are you doing, washing the car? Do he even know how to work on cars? So it wasn't even, let me see. They didn't have a name on it yet. Wait a minute, who? So 2022 and 19. So who vehicle is that? Frank's? I don't know. It looked like the same vehicle, right? So it was Quick Oil back in 2018. Quick Oil. Valvoline Pennzoil. Oh, so it had the yellow and red. So I was looking at some reviews on this, and a lot of people was giving them compliments, but it was probably paid folks. I don't know. Everything that he owns quite a bit of things. Yeah, I haven't looked at all his properties or where they all are, and I heard that he has some in Ypsilanti. I don't know how true it is, but that is what I heard. And then, hold on. Oh, let me look at this. Let me go through this stuff. That I dropped a video earlier this morning. If you didn't get a chance, I'm just pointing out what Shannon Jones said clearly about the evidence and how the evidence was pointed out. I might even get to it before I get off of here. As a matter of fact, did we talked about that? Hold on, what's this? Okay, that was Tamara. That was Roxy sharing that. What is this? I gotta look at that. I think this is Jarvis's charges here. Hold on, as a matter of fact. What are we doing here? We want justice for Naziyah.
Conveniently back to your phone. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept all.
I'm looking for some, yeah.
Thank you for using Tony.
My guy, what's up, man?
Not shit, man. What's happening?
Not shit, man. How you feeling? My bad, I missed your call. I was working like a motherfucker.
I figured they said you was up there banging, said something banging.
Yeah, you know it.
What's up, my nigga? What's up, boy?
You know it.
Hey, shit.
Triggers.
I'm calling, man. These bitches, they put my money on my fucking books, bro.
Oh, yeah, take a minute for them to put that shit on there. Even if you walk in with it, man, they be playing it crazy.
Yeah,
I swear to God. Hey, you got a machine and shit. You show you straight, you need something. I mean, I'm going to come out and put that in.
Yeah, I have money on my books, nigga. I can't deal with money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they put this shit on my hookup. I was up on the tab. I get come up $0. That's some bullshit.
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
How is it, though?
Man, that's some bullshit. I'm really going to be quarantined on this whole shit, bro.
Oh, yeah, they got you on that quarantine club for how long? 3 days?
I don't know how long, nigga. Shit, I'm about to be the only one in this bitch on my part.
I ain't looked at the likes not one time. Y'all, please get the likes up. I don't know what the heck. Please get the likes up.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
What you need?
Huh?
No, I was asking you what that customer needs. Man, listen. You straight?
Yeah, my nigga.
Huh?
So yeah, I'm good, oh shit, yeah. You got the passion number, right?
Yeah.
So Dig, I need you to call her one day, nigga, and get that truck up there, nigga. Get my phone out there back seat, bro.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm supposed to get the truck up there. What will tell her?
Tell her you fuck around and lost a car that there too when we was moving the radio.
Okay.
On the seat.
All right.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
Reach behind that back seat. Yeah. So you reach behind that back seat, bro. The box right there. Straight behind the middle of that back seat, bro. Okay, under it or in the back or in the back thing? In the back, right in the back of the seat, bro. Okay. On the second row. You know you took the key. You took the key to the gate. It's the same key. I don't got that key to it. Yeah, you do. It's the same key to the lock and the door. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Yeah.
That definitely proved that King was never there to open up the shop. Like he said, he was always late. And so something with the keys to the back gate. So the keys to the gate matched the door too. But one of the things I was wondering if there's more than one way to get into the shop, if they only go in through the store or if they can go in through the back door without interrupting the store at all. Because I was trying to figure out, how do the people in the store not know everything that's going on in the shop? How do you not hear something? The door's right there. The walls ain't that thick. Like, how do they not know? So I was wondering, are they a part of it too? Y'all, please smack the thumbs up. Okay, so I'm looking at this article. I just want to read it. This is coming from Fox 2. This is from January 1st, 2025, and it says Naziyah Harris, murder suspect Jarvis Butts faces new assault charges. So the 42-year-old man charged with kidnapping and unaliving a 13-year-old is facing new charges. Jarvis Ramon Butts has been charged in connection with the assault of then 12-year-old girl in 2013. Let's see. Not that. I don't even know how well you could see that. Hold on. Let me find the original. Matter of fact, let me move it because I'm not sure that that's what it is. Let me do this. This creep should have never been holding a child, period. Fresh out the joint. This is around the same time that this stuff happened. Wasn't his baby born into... What year was this child born? Was it 2013? Piece of shit. I think it was. Anyway, yeah, so Shannon and them, they need to be locked the hell up, okay? You know, another thing, like, why I'm thinking about it, because I kind of forgot about it. I talked about this before. Shannon, when she, hold on, because Shannon actually said that Naziyah called her from school.
Yes, I have 5 kids with Jarvis. Yes, I do. But I'm here for my kids. I have to protect my kids. Yes. Yes. Naziyah wasn't protected. I don't know if he did or not. But yes, I have 5 kids with Jarvis. Yes, I do.
She said that too, that she wasn't protected. Yeah, she sure wasn't. Y'all didn't protect her. She kind of nonchalant, period.
To speak on this. How can Murv speak on anything to where he did not want to be involved inside his wife's life at all? He sprung only, hold on, he only came over our house only twice, from 2 bites. And a couple of weeks later, my niece called him, and he answered the phone. He said, "Hey, Dad." He said, "Who's this?" He said, "Your daughter Naziyah." He said, "I don't have a daughter named Naziyah."
All of the things that you said.
Whoa. Is she serious? So y'all hear what she just said? This father did. Only came over there twice, and she said brought 2 bites. And then she calls him to reach out, and that's how he responds. I don't have a daughter named Naziyah. Wow. I don't know if that was the truth or a lie, but it's messed up if he did. Either way, she said it. Hold on, I'm trying to find the one.
She was all jolly. She was happy. She texted my phone while she was in school.
She had your phone when she was in school?
Now, what she said, she was all jolly and happy before she left for school. Okay? So nothing makes sense from that day, right? Nothing makes sense from that day because they told, her teacher said she laid on the floor and asked to speak to a counselor. But other people added more stuff to it because that's all the teacher said. She laid on the floor, asked to speak to a counselor. She don't usually do that. She didn't say she was in pain. She didn't say she was hurting, crying, none of that. And then I was like, it don't make sense that she's waving in this picture, though, if she wasn't happy. I mean, and then I caught something that Annette said, too. Hold on, let me play this, though.
Jolly. She was happy. She texted my phone while she was in school.
She had your phone when she was in school?
No, she didn't have my phone.
Oh, what did you just say?
I said she texted me. It was she texted me from a computer, but they have computers in school. She texted me. And hey, TT, what you doing? I said, minding. She said, what Nana doing? I said, Nana minding. I said, do some work. She said, we on break. And I said, okay. And that was the last time I heard from her.
Wow. Okay. Did we hear her say a dang on thing about that in court? Did she tell anybody in court that she talked to Naziyah on that day? Did she? I didn't. I mean, I ain't heard it in a while. Matter of fact, I only heard it there. Have anybody ever heard her say this? She said she kept my phone in school. Well, she said she called my phone from school. I think is what she said. She called her from school. And then he like from your phone, he thinking that she had her phone, but no, she said she called her from a computer from school. If that's the part you're talking about. Welcome in, Leisure Lady. Shout out to my member in the building. Please drop them good members emojis. Shout out to all of y'all. Let's let it play. So that's how you respond to her. The girl was only checking to see where they was at, I believe. She knew she was happy because she knew that she was about to meet with this dude. Okay, so this is the second, I think this is the second video that I ever did on this case. So I didn't know what was going on. But what I was feeling at that time, I believe, like if we were to believe that Naziyah did call her, what I was saying is she was just calling to check her temperature because she knew that she was about to go meet the dude. And we also got to remember that the grandmother literally said that Naziyah, Naziyah had told her friends some stuff. Hold on, let me see something. Around your family or anything? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about. Hold on, I don't know how I got there. It went. Wait a minute. I wasn't trying to click on that video. So who's cooking today? Happy 4th to everybody that celebrates this one.
They came about, right? Well, there was
Matter of fact,
investigation going on by a church. Remember, there was like 9 different precincts.
That's funny that I put it up right on that part. Hold on, y'all. Let me stop this one. I want to go to the grandmother because she said something. She said something. They just be talking. I'm telling you. They think everybody's stupid, I guess. Well, we know Shannon Jones, the lead detective, said that they didn't do a DNA test on her shoes. She said they didn't test the shoes because she said something about them testing her jacket, and so they didn't need to test the shoes. So I don't know, man. But let me go to this part. Oh, hold on, shoot.
On January 9th, after leaving school at J.E. Clark Preparatory Academy near Cornwall and 3 Mile. 7 Action News reporter Sarah Michael spoke with family members about their frantic search for the 13-year-old.
Naziyah's grandmother tells me that this is where Naziyah was last seen, at Cornwall Street and 3 Mile. She tells me that the school bus dropped her off right here on January 9th. What happened next is unknown.
For her to be late, she has never been late coming home. She's always got permission to do things.
With that being said, they gave her permission to be with Jarvis at the shop. He would call and ask, like, yeah, the whole phone call, whole testimony of Shannon talking about, yeah, Naziyah asked if you still need her at the shop. Like, get out of here.
Annette Harris is 13-year-old Naziyah Harris's grandmother and legal guardian. When was the last time that you heard from your granddaughter?
When I dropped her off at school, which was on January 9th.
I always wondered, if you dropped her off, why the heck you ain't go pick her back up?
Naziyah is an 8th grader at Clark Elementary School in Detroit, described as being incredibly sweet and a rule follower. Annette tells me when
a rule follower, Annette, a rule follower who always had permission to go everywhere.
Naziyah didn't come home from school on January 9th. She knew immediately something was wrong and reported her missing the next day.
She knew immediately something was wrong because she was involved allegedly, and she waited to the next damn day. So you knew immediately, but yet you waited to the next day. Can somebody please make that make sense?
Detroit Public Schools Community District's police department has been handling.
Notice they said she noticed immediately something was wrong, but she didn't report her missing to the next day. Okay, so I just duplicate me today saying the same thing. Let me talk in this video while I look for stuff. That's what happened. They didn't even look for her. They didn't do nothing until the next day. They reported her missing. It should have been right away, especially with her being a rule follower. And this is not something that she normally would have did. I was a little sick in this video. This is me talking today. Hold on. Because it's something that she said, right? Annette. Thank you, Chocolate. 240. Please hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. It helps get us out there. It helps YouTube knows that y'all are enjoying the content. So if you're not a hater, ring my bell. Please do. Ring-a-ling-a-linga. Okay, let's go. They didn't do enough. And they knew who they had in their house.
The investigation. That's until Wednesday, when after a month of fruitless searching for the teen, Detroit Police Department announced that they're taking over.
We're very, very concerned.
Naziyah is a very sweet child. She really is. You know, and my biggest fear is somebody hurting her.
We don't believe that initially there was an abduction.
Police say they don't believe Naziyah was abducted initially, but when pressed, wouldn't answer if they think she went off with someone willingly. Annette tells me that Naziyah's school looked at the bus video from January 9th and can see Naziyah getting off at her regular stop here.
She got off the bus with her schoolmate.
So like I said, that video was blurred out because I believe that she was walking with other children and they was trying to prevent us from seeing that. What the heck? Okay.
And walked up to the corner of Warren and 3 Mile Drive. And
so she walked up to the corner of Warren and 3 Mile Drive.
One of the school kids said that she turned right instead of turning left. And that's all I know.
So she turned right instead of turning left when she got to the corner of Warren and 3 Mile. Is that what she said? That ain't the route. We went straight down Bedford to get to East Warren, and then we made a right to go towards the shop, the Warren and Neff shop. Yeah, because that's what I was doing. I was like, how far is the Warren and Neff shop from where her bus stop was at or whatever? And it basically was 2 rights. You make a right on Bedford and a right on there, but then Connor Street ain't that far from there either. But yeah, that's what she just said. Hold on.
Police say they are questioning everyone who knows Naziyah. They're working with local, state, and federal partners to look everywhere. If someone is watching right now and they know where Naziyah is, what would you like to say to them?
Naziyah's life may be in danger and you don't even know it because you're keeping information or trying to keep her hidden because of what you think.
Get out of here. Going with the whole runaway narrative. Somebody need to slap her right now. Like, that's what they was doing. Jacking up the whole case. You knew she wasn't nowhere she wasn't supposed to be. She said it in the same video, how she never goes anywhere without permission and all that. Make it make sense, ma'am.
And one of the school kids said that she turned right.
For the teen, Detroit Police Department announced that they're taking over.
We're very, very concerned.
Naziyah is a very sweet child. She really is. You know, and my biggest fear is somebody hurting her.
We don't believe that initially there was an abduction.
Police say they don't believe Naziyah was abducted initially, but when pressed, wouldn't answer if they think she went off with someone willingly. And that tells me that Naziyah's school looked at the bus video from January 9th and can see Naziyah getting off at her regular stop here.
She got off the bus with her schoolmate and walked up to the corner of Warren and 3 Mile Drive. And one of the school kids said that she turned right instead of turning left. And that's all I know.
Police say they are questioning everyone who knows Naziyah. They're working with local, state, and federal partners to look everywhere. If someone is watching right now and they know where Naziyah is, what would you like to say to them?
Naziyah's life may be in danger and you don't even know it because you're keeping information or trying to keep her hidden because of what you think. Naziyah needs to be home with her family, and we love her.
If you know anything about Naziyah's disappearance or where she may be, you are asked to reach out to Crime Stoppers. You can call them anonymously at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
Another thing that people were saying is that Naziyah normally got taken to school and she didn't normally ride the bus, is what they were saying. And just so happened that particular day she rode the bus. So I don't know.
That the end was near.
I'm going to play this video too because I haven't seen this yet. So give me a second. We're going to get all the way into it. Welcome in, everybody. I see is 19 comments. The grandmother and the aunt. Hold on, y'all. This thing's still playing in my ear, too. She's so full of crap. So one of the things I was looking at is that Annette has lived on, I mean, she got three addresses to one street. So this address right here, this is 5090 Bedford. Let's see. So this is the one, would have been the one that she lived at. The last house, because the other house is straight ahead. See, because this is Warren, right? I think. Let's go up. And then there's so she lived at 5090 and also 4674. I think this is the one by the bus stop, right? I don't know, but wait, am I going? Wait, what street is that? That's Bedford and that ain't the right way. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Bedford and Cornwall. So 4674 is the old address. But the gate is not on mine because let me see. It's a different year. Yeah, I think this is where the gate is at, but it ain't showing up here. I think that's what it is. Because I think, I don't know. But let's keep going this way. June of 2022. So she has lived up and down this street. Now this is Warren. Nah, is this Warren? Nah, Waveney. Okay, now the other address. Let's go back there. That's one address, and then we have 3447. They all these houses look very similar. Brunswick. Make me think about dang it, Ahmaud Arbery, Brunswick, Georgia. Yeah, so I don't know. 3 houses on the block. Let me see. And that, I mean, the last house that they stayed at, the one that's closer to Warren. I mean, this is the one that Naziyah was walking to. Is what it's looking like to me. It looked pretty bad on the picture. But that's what I wanted to do. Hold on. What was the other one? Bear with me, y'all. I told y'all I be up here working. I don't be looking at the chat much. So please smack the thumbs up. Also one way. Why is it not showing? Oh, let me do this. Hold on, y'all. So it was something that I was looking for here that I wanted to. Oh, man. So one of the things I was looking at, hold on, let me move this right quick. I really wanted to show y'all that right quick as far as the 3 addresses. But I was looking at something else too, and I noticed, I'm like, where? So this is where a lot of things came from that people were talking about. If I can find what I'm looking for, hold on. I feel a little unorganized today, y'all. But I also been up all night. In my defense, I've been up all night. Hold on. What the heck? I thought I seen it sooner than... Okay, hold on. I think I'm getting close. This is crazy how this picture looked. What? Hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm distracted. What in the hell? Okay, so let me try something else since I can't find what I'm looking for. But what I was looking at a post, and Naziyah's father was mentioned, and something that they said I hadn't heard. So hold on, let me see. Oh, that is the one. Okay. So one of the things that Tamara said, this is from January 16th, and this was also around the press conference. Tamara Liberty Smith was the lady that was standing there. Yes, I am a night owl. Yeah, I did text you. I figured you would sleep. Who sleep at what time was it? Midnight? Yeah, it was around midnight when I texted you. I was like, she probably knocked out. And I've been up ever since. Oh, you're doing okay, no problem. Shout out to A Poem. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't like to keep y'all waiting. But she had posted along with a picture of them at the press conference, and she said, I was a participant of the original press conference on February 14th, 2024. So a lot of people don't know what happened on February 14th, and that's what it was. It was the press conference. That was the same day that Jarvis' sister, she was referring to when she said February 14th, and she kind of talked to the sister. I mean, one of his baby mamas, and then got Shannon number and all that kind of stuff. So she said she was a participant of the original press conference on February 14, 2024 of the missing Naziyah Harris. When I walked the grandmother and daughter Shannon to the car, I asked, has Naziyah ever done this before? Ran away. Her response was, I ain't gonna lie, she has left before, but told detectives that this has never happened and how good of a kid she was. Told her she's done it before, told another detective how good of a kid she was, and we just heard what the grandmother said right there at the press conference. So this part, it was issues with it prior to her before she even went on Mark D, because we know that Tamara Liberty called in and said this, that yeah, I asked her and she said that. So why are they saying this basically? And so detective, that this has never happened. So she says her response was, I ain't gonna lie, she has left before, but told detectives that this has never happened and how good of a kid that she was. It's too many discrepancies with this family, all the way down to the description of clothes that Naziyah originally left in. I didn't even know that she had wrote this. So the clothes that were found were completely different. Then the clothes she said she had on when she left that morning, including the shoes. Okay? Absolutely. Shout out to Leisure Lady. Dropping them good thumbs down. Special emojis. So, yeah. So, even the shoes, per the flyer, she was wearing a light blue jean shirt, a light blue jeans, pink and white Rugrats coat with a fur collar, and blue and white Nike shoes. Even if you can remember, the pictures on the flyer changed. See, I didn't even know. I literally just talked about this stuff. She said, even if you can remember, the pictures on the flyer changed. Originally, it was the photo of her head slightly tilted, and she looked older. Y'all, when I tell y'all, before we even start talking about it, they already had cracked it, saying everything that we doing, like we are like a year late with it and everything. I'm sure we can say some different stuff over here though that they ain't say. I'm sure at some point, but I had no idea she had posted this. But I find it very interesting. And even listening at some of the things they were saying back then, they were really on it. That's why Mark D don't talk about it now. They already been through all of this stuff. They really did, but I mean, you got to keep it alive. So that's what we here for. That's what we here for. Okay. So, even if you can remember, the pictures on the flyer changed. Originally, it was the photo of her head slightly tilted and looked older. I usually get to the bottom of things very quickly, but this little crafty, slick family got me stuck. Where the hell is Naziyah? I feel we've been purposely sent on a wild goose chase. That is what she said during the search. I mean, during that time, I was asking, was her coat pink? Oh my God. Okay, Miss V, I'm text you something later. Oh my God. You know what? I didn't even pay attention to that, what I was reading, but you're right. Because when I Googled the coat, it said that it was a pink Rugrats coat. And I was wondering if it was, because it looks really different in a picture that we have. But the one that I found online is actually, the coat is not supposed to be as long as it was on Naziyah. So that coat was oversized big time, because it's really a short coat the way that it looked when she was standing, or the person walking down the street. So yeah, she sure did. She said it was pink. Pink and white Rugrats coat with a fur collar and blue and white Nikes. Okay. So I need to find, wait. Hold on, y'all. Somebody said, jail, he's in the hole. Oh, word in the jail is he's in the hole and they keep his books loaded to keep quiet so she can take care of the kids. This is just so sick. So this is where some of those comments came from. Some of the things that people were saying, it came straight from here. Says when a grandmother got on the stand, why they didn't ask her when she was picking up Shannon's kids from school that day, why she didn't pick up that baby from school. So one of the big differences is, according to her, Naziyah was coming straight home from school, and those other kids supposed to be in the after school program. So she would have left. I remember Annette saying on the stand that she left before Naziyah would have got home. So that means Annette left before 3 o'clock. But why? Because the kids didn't get out of the after school program until 5 or 6 o'clock. So why was she gone when Naziyah got out of school at 3? If she was going to leave the house at that time, why didn't she go pick up Naziyah? Make sense. And then she said that she was in and out the house that day, running errands, and then she went and picked up her kids and all that. But that, yeah, why did you leave at 3, Annette? What was that about? If she left right before 3 and Naziyah was meeting Jarvis, that means that she would have been possibly walking on the street at the same time Annette was driving down the street. Interesting. Mark D said the other kids didn't go to school that day. I remember that being said. Yeah, I remember it being said, but that is not what she said. That is not what Annette said. I know that at some points of it, Mark D was just going off of what people were saying too. So if they can prove that I think they went to school that day, because I mean they should be in jail if they didn't, because that would be a blatant lie. You know, I would think that they would have proved that the kids was in school that day. But that's just so weird, because you got the fact that she was not clocked in, but written in as present on the 10th. And it's just so weird. Somebody said, I think the community will solve the case before the court. Shaking my head. They let too much time go by instead of properly investigating in the beginning. Everyone should have been given a lie detector test, and phones should have been searched and pinged. Everyone had contact with her that day is a suspect until proven innocent. Now, when I tell you for Shannon to say that Naziyah called her that day from school, she ain't never said that nowhere else. And I lightweight forgot about it. She ain't never said that again and nowhere else. And it didn't come out in court. So that is a lie. Somebody said, I keep asking, where did the pink jumpsuit come in at? She made it to the house she made it to that house at some point on the 9th. They are all liars. And I believe that. I know my friend would not rest until we get justice for her. Now she's talking about Merv. So she said, and you're someone who actually knows Merv. This is Tamara. He was not this man that society is making him out to be. He paid his child support and let that mother trick him out of giving up his parental rights so she could receive funding for her. He loved his daughter and was so hurt about her being missing. A week before he passed, he called asking about Naziyah and the mass shooting that happened on the east side. He had become confused and thought it had something to do with her. He was extremely hurt about his daughter's disappearance. He kept a picture of the flyer on his wall in the ICU. So, wait a minute. Oh, somebody asked her, why didn't she live with her father from the start? I know he was sick, but was he sick all of Naziyah's life? Why did the grandmother adopt her? I know her mother was on drugs, but I'm trying to understand why she never lived with the father. I'm not blaming him at all because I don't know the family history and what happened, but I'm pretty sure the dad knew that family wasn't right. Then someone said he had a wife at home and didn't want her to know about the baby, so he signed his rights over to her mother. Then someone was like, oh my God, that's so messed up. Lord, that baby wasn't even protected or cared about or loved from no one. She didn't deserve none of this. Oh my God, this is so freaking heartbreaking. And I feel like she wasn't given a chance from the start with that. I mean, hold on. Oh shoot. Somebody has said, oh my God, that's so messed up. Lord, the baby girl wasn't protected and cared about or loved from no one. She didn't deserve none of this. Oh my God, this is so heartbreaking. And then Tamara said, that's not true. Child support had to contact his wife. This is coming from Tamara. Hold on, what did Tisha say? So what Tisha said was he had a wife at home and didn't want her to know about the baby. So he signed his rights over. Tamara said that, Tisha, that's not true. Child support had to contact his wife to let her know that the child was born outside of their union. What? His wife actually wanted Naziyah, who was 5 years old when he found out. That is not what Murphy said. He ain't say that. He did not say that. But that's what Tamara said. And so I don't know if Murph, that's an important piece to leave out. If he didn't even know the child existed before he found out she was 5. That ain't what he said. He never said that. But let's read it. That's not true. Child support had to contact his wife to let her know that the child was born outside of their union. His wife actually wanted Naziyah, who was 5 years old when he found out. The grandmother convinced him that she was a better option because she had been currently taking care of her, and that he should give over his parental rights so that she can get the funding and insurance that's necessary to take care of her. Murvin trusted the grandmother. He just kept saying, Mama is a good person, thinking this family wouldn't allow her to be hurt. And we heard him, Mama, 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 Mama. Oh, he hollered Mama so much talking about this lady that he don't know. It makes no sense to me. But I do remember Merv saying that his wife found out because they mailed the child support papers to the house. That's how she found out. And he talked about like stuff in the beginning as if it wasn't 5 years later. But if he would have said that at the time on the phone, it actually would have made more sense, and he might not have got as slammed as he did. So that's interesting. That's interesting what she's saying there, because he never mentioned it on nothing. No, he agreed to give her up with Lady. Yep, exactly. Welcome in, Gigi. Donna said, interesting. Yeah. Yep, that is how he got caught, because they mailed the stuff to the house. Because I was so weak when I heard about that. I think they tricked him out of his spot as a father to be able to get checks to allow for SA. You know what I was thinking? What I was thinking when I first read this, I'm like, well, what if this is true, right? If this is true, if this was to be true, my first thought was there a blood test, or was they just looking for food because Lady had just lost custody? Basically, Lady left Naziyah and Vari or with a girlfriend, right? And she went to work. This is what Vari said that got them taken. She was watching them. Some woman was watching them while the mother was at work, and Naziyah got out the house. She went out. She was outside. Nobody watching her. She was probably 4 or 5 or something. I don't know. I remember I remember Annette saying that she adopted her in 2016. I think Naziyah was born in 11, so that would be around 5 years old. They like, if this is true, my mind went to, we need to find a fool and tell him that Naziyah is his child, so I can have some more money coming in, and I can have this man running. I could have him running, doing flips for me. You see what I'm saying? If this is true, they just told that man this was his child, possibly. I don't know. This is just where my mind went to. Because I'm like, wait a minute, that's around the age that Annette would have got her. Because she was with her, they was with the mother at first until they got taken. And so, yeah, she was about 5 years old when Annette got her. So all of a sudden now y'all find a daddy. I already have said that I believe that they just pin daddies on these people. I believe, because ain't no daddies around from what I'm looking at. There's no dads around. Vari don't know nothing about his dad. They told him he was deceased. So, I mean, nobody, who is daddy? Who is daddy? I heard she was 2 when Annette got her. No, not according to what she said. I don't know. Okay, so she said she adopted her in 2016. I think she said, yeah, 2016. Man, do we need to pull up Annette's testimony? Shout out to Narratives and Dialogue. Welcome in. Salute to you. Coffee Nino in the building. Hi, Brooke. Welcome in. Oh, you mean like the way we used to grow up, wandering around the neighborhood? Things are so different. Yeah. When I was a kid, but I bet it wasn't safe then. Nope. It wasn't safe then because they probably didn't even have the back in the day. I remember when the Wash kid went missing, they didn't even have nothing set up. They wasn't even taking missing kids cases seriously yet. That's why he the poster child of missing children. So things was taken lightly back then. But when I was a kid, I couldn't leave the block. I could go to one corner where it was close and then back to the house. Like my mama did not play that. Period. And you better be in before the lights go off. But I wasn't ever far from home, not as a child. But she did say that she adopted her in 2016, if I remember correctly. I feel bad that the lady should have let her daughter be her motivation to get clean. She is just trifling. Yep. She definitely should have. First of all, if she ran from the house, she should have never had her daughter in that house. I never understood that. And that's why I was like, well, I mean, I was just like trying to figure this thing out. And I came up with, was she created for this purpose? Like, it's like the daddies is nowhere to be found. Nowhere with any of them. Okay, I'll pull it up because it's not that long. Let's pull it up right quick. Let me do this right quick while I find it. Shoot, it might be in here. There's a lot of stuff in this one. I think this is part 3. It is part 3. This is the 3rd video I ever did on this case. If you want to catch up with this case, I will recommend checking out this playlist because it got everything in it. The first one was jam-packed. All of them. It break down everything. Video too, because I haven't seen this yet. So, give me a second. We're going to get all the way into it. Welcome in, everybody. I see it's 19 comments. The grandmother and the aunt are sad. Welcome in, Tamika. Good morning. Yeah, shout out to Bronx. That is what everybody is saying, y'all. And I'm just like, just watching all of this unfold. And I just want to catch up for the trial because we all in. Can somebody get that idiot out of my chat, please? We don't play with trolls over here. And we don't care what you think either. You can't break me. Bitch, be gone. This really got me.
In Detroit, Sarah Michaels, 7 Action News.
Other one.
No one has seen or heard from Naziyah Harris in more than 6 weeks since she got off at her bus stop on Detroit's east side. The longer this search goes, the more suspicious it all seems.
If she could hear me now, I would want to say to her, I love you. We love you. There's a lot of people concerned about you.
Each day, this family gets more concerned they'll never see 13-year-old Naziyah Harris again.
All that we can do at this time is hope that she is alive and she did run away. However, she's made no contact with anyone for us to be able to even believe that that is true.
2 family members spoke with Fox 2 under anonymity. We'll call them Vanessa and Trish. They're estranged from Naziyah's immediate family and guardian, who she lives with on Detroit's east side. The fracturing of this family started when Vanessa and Trish suspected abuse at Naziyah's home. They reported the concerns to Children's Protective Services.
So those are since the ladies that we've been hearing talk about the family, like they came all the way out since. And then so this is the guy right here. This is Mark DeAndre, whose video we've been reviewing. He is all in with this, and I'm sure that's probably Roxy and the other lady.
When Vanessa and Trish suspected abuse at Naziyah's home, they reported the concerns to Children's Protective Services.
If I had to guess, 7 to 10 times.
Okay. Over the course of how long?
Over the course of the last 8 months.
So y'all see how Kiwana and Jernell was in the beginning, right? Listen. Their biggest fear came true soon as they hit YouTube. Like, man, you see, they didn't want to be identified. They did not want to have nothing to do with this publicly. They wanted to do everything behind the scenes. And I'm talking about everybody draws got snatched off at this point. Like, I'm talking about everything. Boy, I tell you, the social media is something else.
To a year.
But Naziyah and her 16-year-old brother remained in the home under adoptive care of their grandma, who spoke out at a press conference this week. Before she went missing on January 9th, Trish tells me she knew Naziyah would be the next missing child out of Detroit.
Do you think that
she knew
there was foul play in her disappearance?
I think it's something.
I wondered about that. Y'all heard me say she knew, and they recently explained that, but I forgot what they said, y'all. She explained why she said that. Okay, here's old Annette. Wait, shoot it. No, it ain't in this one, because let me do something. I'll keep it playing.
Going on. It's so many different scenarios because it's so much dysfunction from multiple members in the family.
For the first time this week, we heard Detroit's Police Chief James White say the word suspects in this case. He said suspects are being talked to and there is more to come. Multiple searches have turned up no Naziyah and no evidence.
This child has not reached out to anybody. She has not logged onto any social media app. She has not reached out to friends, family, no one. She just basically just disappeared.
Man, and nobody went looking for her immediately. That just blows my mind by itself. And so I didn't realize that Mark was also the reason why her shoe was found. Him and Roxy was together. Let's see.
Situation about some shoes that came about, right? Well, there was an investigation going on by a church. Remember, there was like 9 different precincts investigating by the church. Well, I was live on the scene that day, and there was a lot of information being said on my live. They told me to shut my live down and go live somewhere else, right? Because the information being shut, right? So I went live to somewhere else was across the street. Me and Roxy went live and we found a pair of shoes, right? So we went live on a pair of shoes, and then the police called me back and said, hey, well, where are those shoes at? What's going on with the shoes? I said, well, we're right across the street. So they said, where you at? So we waited there for an hour waiting for them to pull up. They didn't show up. Long story short, they went and recovered the shoes, and I found out I got intel about 2.5 months later. They did an investigation on the shoes, a DNA test on the sweat, and they found out that those were actually her shoes after they did a DNA test on the sweat from the shoes, right? Situation about some shoes that came about, right? Well, there was an investigation going on by a church. Remember, there was like 9.
Ms. Harris, how did you know Mr. Butts back in January of 2024?
I got no glasses on. No, I don't see them.
Do you need glasses?
Yeah, my
Okay,
daughter has my glasses.
Okay, Judge, may I take a moment to get her glasses?
Yes.
We ain't got time.
When he would come around and sit in his car, was there any time in the photo?
Yes.
And who is that person?
Jarvis Butts.
And is that the same person you've identified in court here today?
Yes.
And Ms. Harris, how did you know Mr. Butts back in January of 2024?
He's the father of my daughter's children.
And is that daughter Shannon Harris?
Yes.
How many kids do they have together?
5.
And would he come around your house on Bedford in January or the months leading up to January?
Whenever he did come, he would always pull up in a white truck.
Okay,
And
excellent.
Shannon would go out to the car and they would sit and talk or whatever, but he would very rarely come in my house.
And during that time,
Master
when he
Splinter.
would come around and sit in his car, was there any times that he would interact with Naziyah that you saw?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. Now I want to talk specifically about January 9th. You had described your morning routine with the kids. Did you follow that routine on January 9th?
Yes, I did.
And did that include dropping Naziyah off at J.E. Clark 7:15 to 7:30?
Yes.
And can you tell us what she was wearing on January 9th, 2024?
Yes, she was wearing a pair of light powdered blue jeans with a light powdered blue jacket that had the black little fur around the collar. It was like a 2-piece set.
And did she have a sweater on or a shirt on or something?
She had a shirt. She wore a shirt underneath it.
And you remember, did she have any other clothes with her on the 9th when you dropped her off?
She had her little blue sweatshirt with the little hoodie. She had that with her.
And do you know how or when she got that hoodie?
I bought that hoodie for her. I guess it was in the fall sometime when I bought it. When I first, it wasn't nothing new. It was just one of her old hoodie jackets she used when she go to gym.
Okay. And in terms of, if you know, the condition of that hoodie on the 9th, was it torn, ripped, damaged in any way?
No, it was fairly really kind of like still new. But she took pretty good care of her things.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
May I approach you?
Just lying for no reason.
I'm approaching with People's Proposed Exhibit 12. Ms. Harris, do you recognize what I just handed you?
Yes.
And is that a picture of Naziyah?
Yes.
And do you know when that picture was taken?
The same day, January the 9th, she took this picture.
Oh, move to admit People's Proposed 12.
Same day.
Any objection?
No objection.
It'll be admitted as People's Exhibit 12.
So that's what I'm saying. All this evidence is being presented as the day that she had it on. And when I put up this picture, I'm showing, that all of these pictures is from the same day, and they telling us this is her. This is her in class. This is her on the bus, and this is her walking down the street. All in the same day, the 9th. She's walking past here at 2:54 p.m. She's supposed to meet Jarvis by 3. Never said the location. And I think they might ask her about the kids on the cross. We'll get there.
And when you dropped Naziyah off at J.E. Clark, what was the routine supposed to be after school was over?
Okay, well, school is over, the bell rings at 2:40. Naziyah was due to come home. And normally when the bell rings, 2:40, 2:45, she's getting on the bus.
And that's what she normally did on other days?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm sorry,
And
yes.
what time would she normally arrive back at home?
The Naziyah would be walking in through the door maybe 3:05, no later than that.
And on January 9th, did she walk in at 3:05?
No, she did not.
And
welcome in, David.
Were you home when she didn't come home?
I was there for a little while, but I left out to run some errands. But no, when I got to the house, she was not there.
And
see, she was out. Where were you at, Annette? I just wonder. She moving around at the same time their granddaughter went missing. Is what I'm saying.
I was there for a little while, but I left out to run some errands. But no, when I got to the house, she was not there.
And at that time, did you have a conversation with someone else about her not coming home? Naziyah not coming home?
Yeah. When I picked my children up from the after school program, I went in and my daughter said,
Objection to what her daughter said.
She went in and my daughter said, now remember Shannon said that the kids came to the door and mama said that because they had to shut her down too. So she's saying she went in the house, but Shannon said the kids knocked on the door and asked if Naziyah was in the house. And my question was, how did Annette know to ask that question if she wasn't at home? And so now I'm finding out, oh, she did a couple errands and all this. And when she say my kids, she's talking about the foster kids. I heard her referring to I heard Vari referring to them as her kids. So that's how she differentiate the grandkids from the adoptive kids.
I went in and my daughter said,
Objection to what her daughter said. It's one of your side.
I'll rephrase the question.
Okay, so thank you.
Just talking about what you saw and heard, and not asking for what anybody said, but did you talk to Shannon, your daughter?
yes, Shannon said she was not there.
Okay. When you got home that day on the 9th, was Naziyah there?
No.
And did you eventually make a police report about her missing?
Yes, I did. Yes,
And when did you do that?
That morning when I got to school, I went up and dropped the kids off to school. I talked with the dean and the principal, and I told them that I was on my way to police station.
Not at all.
And they told me that they would call the police, and the DPS police came there.
And you said DPS, is that Detroit Public Schools?
Yeah.
And did you talk to an officer at that time at the school?
Yes, I did.
And was that at J.E. Clark physically at that location?
Yes.
And you said that morning, are you talking about the morning of the 10th?
Yes.
Lying.
Mhm.
That's what she doing. Lying.
Was Naziyah active on social media, if you know?
Well, as far as I know, she was. I mean, there were times that she was sneaking, go on it, but yeah, she was.
Okay. And did you keep track of her social media pages like TikTok or Facebook or anything like that?
I tried. A lot of times, I would take her phone and stuff from her, so, to keep her from being on there,
And after the 9th, did you ever see any posts made by Naziyah?
I didn't see any posts. Most of the time, if there was a post or something, or she posts my daughter or someone would call me and tell me.
Have you ever heard, after the 9th, any communication or seen Naziyah?
Mm-mm.
When, is that a no?
No.
And when you dropped her off on the 9th at school at J.E. Clark, was that the last time you saw her?
Yes.
I mean, just the way she said, I ain't seen her. Just that heartless, cold. Look how she looking at her though. Oh yeah.
At J.E. Clark, was that the last time you saw her?
Yes.
May I have one moment, sir?
Yes.
We don't like you, lady.
Tell me.
Oh. Have you ever heard, after the 9th, any communication or seen Naziyah?
Mm-mm.
When
Look at the judge, how she cutting her eyes at her. And look at her. Nah. Just the way she said it. No tears, no emotion. Nothing made her well up. That should have made her well up. Have you seen her since January 9th, 2024? I don't know where she at. Where the hell she went?
is that a no?
No.
And when you dropped her off on the 9th at school at J.E. Clark, was that the last time you saw her?
Yes.
It sure was. Yep, we got rid of her.
May I have one moment, sir?
Yes.
Her responses ain't right.
Just to follow up, I did forget to ask this. For bus stop, how far from your house was that in walking distance?
5 minutes.
Okay. Do you know where the location?
It's only 5 minutes. She could have got there. I don't know what the hell happened between the bus stop and her getting to the house. I'm irritated.
That she got dropped off at was the address or the intersection?
Right there at a 3 Mile Drive in Cornwall.
And that's 5 minutes from your house?
Yeah.
And did Naziyah have any nicknames that people called her?
We're her family.
Her family. Like, her family is as if she ain't the granny. Well, her family call her Tuda. But me, the madam of the family, I call her glamorous, beautiful, and all these pole dancing names.
We called her Tuda, but I've always called her Glamorous. I've been calling her ever since she was born.
Say glamorous?
Because she was born for this pole.
Glamorous.
Oh.
And we gonna use butts to make sure.
Yes. You said Tuda?
Tuda.
Tuda.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're interesting.
Okay.
That's what I thought on the cross.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
Now, you are Naziyah's maternal grandmother, right?
Correct.
You're also her adopted parent, right?
Correct.
And you said you adopted her in 2016?
Yeah.
Look, first of all, this is the part that it was on when I first cut it on and I rewinded it. And this is all the part we really came for. 2016.
Should have been, yeah, 16.
Okay. Is her birth mother still around?
She is.
Okay. Does she?
She is. I don't F with that B. She came over the morning of the 10th trying to get me to go to the school at 7, and I wasn't ready to 12.
You have a relationship with her?
No.
She doesn't have any type of relationship, no contact with her that you know of?
Well, let me say this. deal with my daughter. So she really didn't have really no contact with Naziyah like that. She only came around now and then.
Look at the judge. Look at the judge, baby. She going to jail. You going to jail or hell? I don't listen. It's either jail or hell, Annette. Which one? She going somewhere. This is ridiculous. Lock her ass
Lock
up.
his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I've been stand on business. Nanny boo boo. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail. Lock his ass.
It can't come soon enough, but we know the judge is on to her, man. Like, come on. Ain't no way these people getting away with this. I ain't buying it. Lock they ass up right now. What? I thought the same thing. Why could you put a dancer name on a baby? Okay? Every last one of them, they stage names. Stage names.
Okay. And you testified that you currently stay on Bedford Street?
Yes.
And in fact, I think you testified you lived on 2 houses on Bedford Street.
Correct.
We found 3, Annette. We found 3 houses you lived on Bedford. We gonna go down her lane.
Does I have friends on Bedford Street that you were aware of?
She had friends, but her friends didn't live on Bedford.
Okay. Do you know if she ever had any friends over?
No.
Did she ever spend the night at any of these friends' houses?
No.
And at your prior neighborhood, did she have friends that she may have spent the night over?
No.
Okay. You indicated that there are approximately 6 children in the house?
Well, not now. When he asked me about the address,
yes,
I lived at 2 houses, which is on the same street of Bedford.
Okay.
Okay. So the house that we lived in before, it was my children and my daughter's children.
Your daughter being Shannon?
No, Marquita.
Marquita,
Mhm.
okay. And did Naziyah have any close relationship with any of these children particularly?
She was close with my granddaughter, one of my granddaughters.
She couldn't remember her name.
Naziyah. I mean, Janiah. All of their names are similar.
All their names are similar. Anyway, we don't give a ain't nothing. You listen, we don't like you. Period. You know what I'm saying? Out of everybody, she make my skin crawl. I'm telling y'all, this woman, she is the head of it all. She is. Look at her face. Ew. Look at her face. I'm just saying. She disgusts me the most. Happy birthday to somebody. Happy birthday. I see people saying happy birthday to somebody. Happy 4th of July. Shoot, I gotta go to bed. What am I doing?
And Janiah is Shannon's daughter?
Yes.
That would be Jarvis's daughter as well, correct?
Correct.
That's all we wanted, right? This wasn't part of the plan. Hold on. That wasn't part of the plan, but we did want to see. She adopted her in 2016. And also, let me pull up something. I'm tripping because I do got to go back to work. You know, I'm a working woman. I know I might make this look easy, baby, but yeah. Okay, so let's go over this. Now, this is some information. September 27, 2024. We like to keep to the facts and all of that. So we're going to just read over this documentation. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please smack that thumbs up if you have not. If you even in the bushes, the trees, hanging on a limb, a branch, I don't care. Smack the thumbs up at the tone of my voice, please. And I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you for the people that have hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Can we get a count on the thumbs up? We got 150, 64 on one, 193 on another. I don't know how many people we have, but how many thumbs up do we have? Welcome in, Catrice. You at work right now? Please smack that thumbs up if you can. Who named a child that ex-ho or current madam? You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Okay, so what I'm reading is this that you see on the screen. Let's go over some more details. This is coming from the prosecutor's office. Okay, it's 3 pages. It says today, these are the charges we want to go over. Is issued homicide, the homicide of Naziyah Harris. Today, Jarvis Butts, aka Jarvis Ramon Butts, aka Jarvis Butts, Ramon Butts, 41 of Detroit, has been charged with the homicide of Naziyah Harris. This is really small. Let's see if I could flip this. Yes. Hold on. I don't like straining my eyes or my ears. Okay. All right. So at the time of her disappearance, the body of Naziyah has not been found. The Detroit Police Department conducted a comprehensive investigation, which included witness statements, surveillance video, numerous documents, phone extractions, police reports, and medical records. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office received 111 gigabytes of video, 506 gigs of phone extractions, and 19 gigs of documents. The overwhelming evidence in this case leads to the tragic conclusion that Naziyah was unalived by defendant Butts. Summary of the case. On January 9, 2024, Naziyah went missing. She was reported missing on that day by Annette. I got a problem with that. Kim, the prosecutor said this. I heard her say it, and then it's also typed. She was reported missing on that date by Annette Harris. No, she wasn't. It says again, on January 9th, 2024, Naziyah went missing. She was reported missing on that date by Annette Harris, her adoptive mother, who is her biological grandmother, when she did not come home from school. She reported her the next morning. That is a typo and misspoken. And is this in the documentation? Because it need to be corrected. Obviously, it's in the documentation because I'm reading it. This is a discrepancy. Okay. Events on January 9th, 2024. I see all kind of errors, man. But that's what I do. Analyze stuff when I ain't even trying. Naziyah took the school bus to school. She had her hair in 2 puff balls, clear frame glasses, a white sweater with a black jacket over it. So somebody had mentioned that they thought that the jacket, the hoodie jacket was blue. Somebody recently said that they commented on one of my videos that they believed that it was blue and it just was a different color because of something. Well, it say that it was black here, but hell, then again, it say some other stuff that ain't true. So listen, man, listen. I can't. At this point, is there an officer involved with the cover up for these people? Okay, Catrice, like I'm just trying to figure out because some very important wordings is jumbled up on this official document, and I got a problem with that. I understand that we're human. We make mistakes, we misspeak, say things wrong, but god dang it, you got to get it right in court. The prosecutor that's bringing the case that said this case is good enough to go, they need to have every I dotted and every freaking T crossed. We talking about court, people. We can make mistakes on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But they can't. I expect it to be right coming from them. Naziyah deserves justice. She been played her whole entire life. And even in death, I'm seeing her be played. And they playing in our face. And I'm pissed when I think about it. It's not okay. There's a video of Naziyah getting on the bus. Naziyah used a DPS tablet that she used to communicate and communicated with an app. She took one last picture of herself on the tablet. I keep saying, like, I think we read this last time. She went home. She had to have. Because we know that Shannon fired up that tablet and seen that picture on there. She talked about it in her testimony. So she had to have gone home. Okay? They just ain't say it. Using her tablet, she sent a message to a device associated with Butts indicating they would meet up after she got out of school that day. There's a video of her getting out of school at the end of the day in the same clothes. There is a video of her getting out of school that day in the same clothes. Well, did they change by the time she walked down the street? Or by the time they got them on the flyer? I don't know. She met up with Butts and a co-worker and goes to the auto shop on Connor in Detroit. Naziyah is seen by Butts' sister at the shop. Butts, the co-owner or co-worker, and Butts, the co-worker, and Naziyah were together in a co-worker's car when they went to Ypsilanti and then returned to the shop on Connor. Butts' phone places him at that location. You know, the fact that King is not locked up, that tether actually saved his life, because there's no way they could have disconnected him from this, even with the phone records, in my opinion. Like how, but they able to do that because he was on tether. I believe that's the only reason why King ain't wrapped up in this. That's the only reason. What y'all think? Hold on, because I'm late. Anyway, that's what I think. So Butts' co-worker and Naziyah were together in a co-worker's car when they went to Ypsilanti. And that's a misspeak too, because it says Butts, the co-worker, and Naziyah were together in the co-worker's car when they went to Ypsilanti, and they were not. Jarvis and Naziyah was in a Jaguar, and King was in his 300, but his kid's auntie said he was in a truck. So again, this is wrong. It ain't supposed to be wrong right now on this paper that I'm looking at. It's not supposed to be wrong. So Butts' phone places him at these locations. Okay, and then at 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 p.m., Butts check into the motel. There is a receipt confirming this, as well as his phone pinging at that location. I don't even know if that's the part I'm reading, but I think it is from the same document. I can't even see it once it's up here. Let me look over here. Never mind. Okay, so at 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 p.m., Butts check into the motel. There's a receipt confirming this as well as his phone pings putting him in those locations. Naziyah is never seen after January 9th, 2024. Okay, more complete facts and evidence in this case will be introduced in the record on the record in court. So Butts' inappropriate relationship with Naziyah prior to January 9th, 2024, the DPD investigation revealed that Jarvis Butts was well known to Naziyah because he is the father of the children with Naziyah's biological auntie. It is alleged that Butts sent Naziyah multiple texts of explicit nature beginning in September of 2022. We believe that it happened way before that. We know that he tampered with babies 1 to 4 years old. He don't give a damn. We know he wasn't waiting. Studio instability issues. What are we talking about? Hold on. Virtual background touch. Okay, we don't need this. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me good. I just got an alert. Okay. Beginning in 2022. I don't believe it. That they just couldn't track it because she was a toddler, okay, without a cell phone. So they said she was always with Shannon, and Shannon lived in Clinton Township, and so did Jarvis. I pictured her in the middle. I've been saying that since the beginning, especially because we know that Shannon, what she did to her own cousin, we know that she got an appetite for the same thing that she got. So yeah, I believe that she was a part of all the grooming as well. I believe that she's all in, period. Okay. So in return, she sent explicit photographs to him. I don't know if y'all realize that Jarvis even said in the interrogation that Naziyah wanted to get pregnant. She told him that. And he told her, girl, I'm gonna beat your ass. What? He actually said a whole lot in the interrogation. He admitted to the naked pictures being sent, all kind of stuff like. So, and it was a lot of stuff that they kept out. They only that the interview was, I think they said it was like 3 hours or something. What we get 20 minutes? I don't know. He said a lot to tell on himself and Shannon them. He said the grandmother knew I was supposed to be picking them up at her house. Yeah, he planned on that, all that. He said that he called Shannon and told her that Naziyah had texted him from a phone number and asked her if she knew what number that was. Shannon said that he didn't ask her that. Like, they lying. I don't know why these people ain't already under the freaking jail from what we know already. Okay. She has not had her period. Hold on. It is alleged that in September of 2023, and we talked about this in September of 2023. That is the picture of her in that red, wearing those red shoes. That is the picture that I had up here showing that 7 days later, so the picture of her in the red with the shoes on was dated September 16th, which is her birthday. 7 days later, this text message happened. It was September, 17 days later. She texts Butts. She said she has not had her period. And in November of 2023, the evidence shows that Butts knew that she was pregnant. His phone records show that he searched online to, try to get rid of it. The pills, the antifreeze, all that. And on January 10th, 2024, it is alleged that Butts was at the Rouge River in the area of Detroit. Hold on. I guess this is it. Hold on. How many? I just realized it's silent up in here. I was not paying attention. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me move this. Right there. Oh, I hear it a little bit. Not a lot. Let's look at some pictures right quick. I know I can't be up here doing that. Let me not push no thing on buttons before I be somewhere. Hold on. We can look at these reviews though, right quick. Let's see if anything happened. How many years this is going? Years go. Worst river ever. Great place for old shopping carts. 4 years ago, my kitten died when she fell off the kayak. Why did you take your kitten there? I'm confused. Like, I wouldn't have took my cat to kayaking. Cats don't even like water. Like, oh, boy, I tell you. Can y'all hear me? They weren't expecting to work hard. And the Build-A-Bear twins are clown. The Build-A-Bear twins. Don't know why Kim Worthy and her team don't put out the warrant for their arrests. Right. They clearly perjured themselves. Been all over the damn internet lying. What is the delay? Right. I mean, maybe they just gaining evidence. Maybe they just collecting all these interviews they done been through, going through it, making sure they got solid evidence. It ain't no way. Ain't no way these people ain't gonna get arrested. I mean, how can they not? Okay. So, hold on. Because I ain't even finished what I was reading too. Hold on, I don't even know what screen I'm on at this. Let me move this one. Let's see what we got left. Let's come over here. Let me stop. Wait a minute. Is that what I wanted? Yeah. Let me hurry up. Dang, I was supposed to be off of here. Hold on. Okay, well, hold on. Let me finish this. Let me finish what I'm reading. All right. So anyway, in return, she sent him explicit photographs of herself. It is alleged September. Okay, we read that. His phone records show that he searched for all of that stuff. Okay, so on January 10th, it is alleged Butts was in the Rouge River area in Detroit. The clothing Naziyah was last seen wearing was found in this area. A more complete facts and evidence in this case will be introduced on the record in court. The factors supporting that Naziyah is deceased. Naziyah's school record showed no previous record of unexcused or unexplained absences. That is false. January 10th, the very next day after she went missing, Mr. Smith marked her present. So, with that being said, how many other days have he done that? And we know that they was using her attendance as a big up. She never missed school. This is how we know that she's gone. Come on, man. We gotta do better than that. Why is it doing that? It's so annoying. Hold on, y'all. Like, hold on, I did want to kind of look at these, see what all they got out here. Let's see. Just showing the water, rocks, everything. She could be right over in that area still too. Originally, first thing I thought, she in the water. I mean, he was out there for 2 hours, but I mean, now that we know what we know, there's no telling, man, what's really going on. Okay, so it says the factors supporting that Naziyah is deceased. The first one, I already just have an issue with that. Naziyah's school records show no previous record of unexplained or unexcused absences. Did Mr. Smith wasn't even in court? So maybe it is unexplained because they didn't ask him why the hell he did that. Why you mark a missing girl present? Okay, she was active on social media before January 9th. There's no new activity after January 9th. Take her cell phone, there's no activity. She has no contact with any family or friends since January 29th. She did not have any medical issues that would cause a life-threatening emergency. So, I mean, another thing that people do is know how to get rid of bodies too. By, when it's an organization, you have people in different positions that know how to play their part. Some of these positions have surgeons and you know what I'm saying? Like organ people, people ready to buy stuff on the black market, all this stuff. One thing that caught my attention, it was a big fire in Detroit, and Rain of Fire had said that she was going to go out there and search, and she was on her thumbnail, she was in front of like these cylinder things where, I mean, I don't know what they keep in these things. But I remember talking about Chris Watts and his wife and daughters that he put in one of those cylinder things that he carried them up there and dropped them in like some oil or something. And I ran across a video that was showing this fire, and the first thing I thought about was Naziyah, because it was right there with these cylinder things. I don't know what's in the stuff, y'all. I never researched it or anything, but I'm gonna see if I can find it since I brought it up. But and I want to finish this because the last part of this, hold on. Let me finish reading this. And then gots to get my butt off here. I think this is the part I'm reading right now. So it says an area known to Butts near the Rogue River around 7 Mile and Berg. Wait. How did it just start like that? An area known to Butts near the Rouge River around 7 Mile and Berg in Detroit was searched by DPD, the Michigan Police Department, the FBI. All these people searched it. The DPD, the Michigan State Police, the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, and other law enforcement agencies. As a result, clothing was found and identified that is consistent with the clothing Naziyah was wearing on the day she went missing. And that's not true. Like, that ain't true. God, I mean, what? Okay, unless we can't wait for the trial, man, because this ain't nothing making sense. We can't wait. Anyway, there was damage to a piece of the found clothing that could indicate a struggle. More complete facts and evidence in this case will be introduced on the record in court. Jarvis is charged for the Jarvis, aka Jarvis Ramon Butts. First degree premeditated unaliving. That might be too stiff. That might be too stiff. Premeditated unaliving. And the only thing that I see premeditated is looking up that stuff. But they, the judge basically said that he was trying to perform a home abortion and it went wrong. But he was looking up I forgot what he typed in. Or did they tell us? Did they tell us specifically what he typed in? I can't say that I remember. They just told us what he was. Because what he typed in is a big difference. To be able to say that, like, did he type in how to unalive a pregnant woman? You know what I'm saying? Or how to get rid of how to perform a abortion at home. I mean, I don't remember what they said. I have to listen at that. But anyway, the evidence in this case will clearly. Okay, hold on. So the premeditated, that's a maximum penalty, life in prison without parole. Child essay activity, 20 years maximum. Criminal SA conduct, second degree. A person under the age of 13 and 17 older, maximum 15. So the statement of Kim Worthy, prosecutor, the evidence in this case will clearly show that the defendant defendants' alleged actions were beyond predatory. They were vulturous. He groomed and preyed upon Naziyah with expertise. We will prove that he unalived young Naziyah after he found out she was pregnant at 13 with his child, said prosecutor. The arraignment information, defendant Butts was remanded to jail. The next probation hearing, October 24. Okay, that's old stuff. And dang it, I forgot what I said I wanted to do. I knew that was going to happen. Hold on. Oh, no, wrong screen. Let's go through here. Seems to me a bell would have went off. Hold on. Seems to me a bell would have went off as of her. Naziyah asked about the location only days before with Shannon. Exactly. She said it was the same week. But I promise you, like, I feel like that was a setup. Where's Otter Drive in Balfour? Like, and then that's the same car that you're in. I don't know. It's something to that though. It's something to that because we don't believe in coinkydinks. But or it could just be completely made up. She lied on Naziyah because she lied. She had to have lied and said, well, not necessarily. Then maybe they ain't telling the shit. But no. She said Naziyah called her from school and she was very mean to her when she called. She is so comfortable in the dysfunction that she don't even realize that it is dysfunction. It is her norm. The way that she just shared that Naziyah called and how she talked to her. And I'm gonna go to that. Minding. Happy 4th, Cynthia. Thank you so much. They can only charge with what they can prove. Yep, that is true. They gotta have proof of it. You know, they better come up with something like they did this other. No, they better come up with something. I mean, if they gotta change a few laws, but they actually don't, because they are, when you are taking care of kids, you're supposed to protect them. You're supposed to be a mandatory reporter. We know that it got reported in 2022. Everything was wrong with that. Naziyah wasn't listed as a victim. In the victim header, they didn't have her last name on the document, and everybody missed it. And I don't think that that's by accident. Period. Point blank. I don't believe that everybody can be in sync like that unless it's on purpose. That's what I said I wanted to go to. Thank you. The oil tanks and petroleum. You know what did you see that, Chocolate? It was in Detroit. It was a big fire. And do you remember where it was at? Detroit. Let's see. That is what I wanted to do. It was a big old fire. There it is. Yay. It was 4 days ago. Yeah. When I seen this, I thought about Rain of Fire and where she was where her on her thumbnail that she was. Hold on. Oh shoot. Let's do this. I gotta find it first. I mean, I gotta put it in here. Give me a second, y'all. I was like, where is this at? And I wonder, was this the location? You know, that's just what came across my mind when I seen it. Oh, dang it, get out of my ear.
Begin the 7 o'clock hour on breaking news from Detroit's east side of this massive fire burning in the area of Jefferson and Connor on Detroit's east side. Good morning to you and thank you.
Hold on Connor? Jefferson and Connor? What? Listen, Chris Watts put his children in one of these tank thingies on his job. And then they just so happen to have a huge fire. Hold on, Jefferson. And Connor. Shoot. What? Jefferson and Connor, Detroit. What the heck? And the first thing I see is some black bars or something, but I don't know where I'm at. Hold on, let this play.
For joining us, I'm Rhonda Walker.
Good morning. Jason Colthorpe off this morning. I'm Karen Drew. Let's get to this breaking news. Fire started more than 90 minutes ago at a building near the Jefferson Assembly plant. But I have to tell you, folks on the scene said they knew there was something going on around 2:30 this morning. This is the very latest live pictures from the scene. We are told that this complex by the name of Avitas handles waste products from the auto plant and other nearby
auto plant
businesses, which will contain some type of oil, which then of
oil. What the hell? Oh shoot! Oh my God, y'all! I promise y'all.
Course makes it so much harder to fight.
Repurposing oil, so you can see that has been fueling these flames all morning. Nick Monticelli joins us now live, a safe distance away, but I know that you are smelling and breathing in all of that smoke.
Yeah, in fact, we were a lot closer to this, and the firefighters recommended we take a few steps back to get to this point just because the fire is intense at times and is kind of uncontrolled is the wrong word, but they can't really get a handle on when there's going to be some small explosions because it gets into pockets of oil and other materials that are inside of these tanks behind me here. Mason is the man behind the camera. He's going to zoom in and show you those flames a little bit closer. This facility is called Avitas. Their one of their purposes is recycling and repurposing used oil.
Wow.
Mainly from the big three, from the automakers that are in this area. Again, it has nothing to do with the Jefferson Assembly Plant, which is right across the street, not far at all. But this fire certainly has been seen for miles with this massive black plume that is shooting into the east side sky here in Detroit. Speaking of some of the workers, it was about 2:30 this morning when they realized something was off, realized some smoke was coming from a portion of one of the storage facilities, maybe the tank itself. They started initiating their emergency shutdown procedures, called in supervisors. Supervisors did the same thing, trying to get that shutdown procedure going. For whatever reason, and we don't have clarity on that just yet, but for whatever reason, that did not work properly. And then the fire kind of erupted and became what you're seeing right now. This fire has spread from multiple areas to multiple tanks on the property here at Avitas. And again, we don't know exactly what's in all of these tanks. All we know is it is a lot of material that can burn, likely oil, but I'm not going to say for certain because a lot of times you've got other byproducts and other materials.
So do y'all remember Chris Watts when he unalived his wife and his children? Wasn't that something that was one of the tanks that he put the kids in, not one of the big three? Wow. It wasn't an auto plant, y'all. It wasn't. That's what he just said. It was an auto plant, right? Or the auto plants, you put them there, use the oil. He said something about an auto plant. But my point in pulling this up is that I referred to Chris Watts when we were talking about Naziyah, and I think it was at the same time that Raina Fire was saying that she was gonna go to Detroit, and she showed that site, and like the hairs on my arm stood up because I'm like, oh my gosh, she literally could be in one of those things. I remember Chris Watts. He walked up the ladder and dropped his children down in that thing, and it just made me think about it. And then you remember Chocolate, like because he worked on the site. The guy KC said something about oil barrels and Naziyah that she could be there. Are you serious, Gigi? What? No way. No freaking way. But I'm saying, if you want to hide something, I think the only reason why they caught Chris is because that's where he worked at. And they tracked him there, I believe. They like tracked him there and stuff. So they knew he was there. If he wouldn't have had a phone or if he wasn't on his job site, I don't know. You know. Yes, on the live 2 nights ago. Was he referring to this place? Wow. Like, okay. So I don't know where Rain of Fire was talking about going, y'all, but when I tell y'all, I thought about this. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but I will say they said something about auto plants. And so when you think about it, when you go and get your car oil changed, they gotta have something that they're putting the old oil in. I don't know how they discard oil. I never looked into none of this stuff, but I'm thinking like if you dealing with cars and stuff like that and you doing oil changes and things like that, you gotta have them barrels or something, some way of getting rid of old oil and stuff, right? Wouldn't it be put some I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, y'all, because I've never researched it, but I'm just saying it is easy for somebody that already have access to these type of materials to put stuff on a dump site like that. And it could have been, they could have went all these places, right? And she end up in a barrel somewhere and they don't even know about this barrel and the barrel just got dumped somewhere. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Barrels have been coming up. I'm just saying, y'all, it crossed my mind. It did, because if she is unalive, and that's what they said they can prove that she is no longer here. Something, her body got to be somewhere. Even if the organs was sold or anything like that, I'm just saying, because when you're an organization, you got people in all places, all spots. And bodies turn up, and when they don't, it's because it was discarded in a way that she will never be found. And the only people that have access to stuff like this is people with money, people that's dealing with this type of material. And yeah, people with money that can move stuff without people knowing. Seeing those trailers outside of that hotel and knowing about the Kanika Jenkins case, Naziyah, that, you know, they said that she was seen going into the hotel but not seen coming out, right? The way that can happen, you know, the little rolling things, laundry carts that they roll in hotels, she could have easily been put in one of those and rolled out into that car that was backed into that driveway right there in the front. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out some things. Y'all know I follow the facts and I go places that make sense. And to me, this fire is stood out like a sore thumb. And I don't know though. They suck it out. Watch the next time you go. Oil goes in and out through the machine. I've never watched it. But what happens with the old oil though? So that happened June 30th. King was allegedly released on the 1st. Wow, is he sure that he wasn't released on the 30th? Wow, this is crazy because Rain did put up this plant. Was it this plant, Jojo? Don't tell me it was this plant. Oh my God, Jojo, you be tough, man. I'm already sitting up here like Rain of Fire literally just did this, but I this is stuff that I'm just thinking, and I didn't go back to her video yet. I don't know where she was at. But this is crazy. If this is the same place that Rain of Fire said she was going to, that's crazy. I don't believe in coincidence. And Jojo, last time you said that, you was right. You said that boy is Vari's friend, and he literally is Vari's friend. Oh, that's another thing. Like, I heard Kenya on Toot show. she called in and she said that she was talking about the dude. She was referring to the stuff that I'm showing over here, the evidence and all that. And she said that also he was the same person that was a part of that group that was walking down the street talking about they heard Naziyah's voice, or do you hear her? She said she in the basement. That was the same dude, y'all. That was the same guy. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So this dude is just all over the place, clout chasing and throwing bull crap in the case. That was early on when they were searching. Oh, she in the basement. Did you just hear her say, I'm right here, or I'm in the basement? Have y'all seen that video? Yeah, listen, Leisure. If this is the same dang on plant, because soon as I seen this fire, I got chills. I seen it the day that it happened, and I got chills. And because I thought of her, because literally I said Chris Watts before. I think I was talking about Chris Watts before she said she was going there. I don't remember. All I know is it's connecting dots, and it's tripping me out right now. Because if this was where she went, I know something. Y'all saying yes. What? What? When I get off of here, I'm going to watch her video again. I cannot. Rain of Fire showed the planting tanks. She showed the storage bay inside the plant with the workers. What? I didn't even see all that. All I seen was a thumbnail. Because I had seen her video before. And she said that she was going to go. And I think she went, right? I haven't been. Let me go look. Let me go look. I don't even see it now. Hold on. Did she? Wait a minute. Where is that video? I don't see it. Did she move it? Wait a minute. It says her last video was 2 weeks ago. Okay, she is at. Wait.
And there was a Falcon Motel across
No.
the street nearby.
Where is she at?
Important part. They run like electric currents or water, sewer, I don't know, but they have a lot of tanks. So
Hold on, let me pull this up, y'all.
I went down the road and Naziyah, she gave me a number 302. 302, and I literally wrote it like this: 302 Fit, Rouge River, Barrel. So the address is 255 Marion Avenue. I typed in 302 Marion Avenue, and it brought me to another tank. However, across the street, it's a shop.
I see the people now. Okay.
And the shop is called Michigan Marine Terminal.
Oh, okay. It's not. Wait.
And this shop specializes in selling barrels.
Oh.
So my first thought was, I saw a guy put a barrel in the river. I saw that. So I said,
Hold on, y'all. I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna regret this.
I don't want to make a video just for nothing. I had to really dissect the clues, and she gave me a lot of clues. I don't know my way around Michigan, so I really needed help, and all I could do was go by the water. So first and foremost, let me start by just showing you the area where Naziyah led me to. Then we'll get into the clues and everything that I found. But the area alone is already suspect.
Shoot, I forgot the name of the place they just said what the fire was at. And even if it ain't the same location, it still got the same stuff. Like, OMG. Hold on. I heard him say Avitas or something like that. Hold on. So the commercial building is located on Lycas between Jefferson and the Detroit River on the east side. On his stomping ground side. What do y'all think, man? It ain't gotta be the exact same. It's still creepy. I mean, it's still connecting. I don't know if it's creepy, but let me see. It's something. Let me see what y'all saying. Get your rest, Miss V. Right. I'm gonna regret this. Okay, I'm back, BFF. BFF, you was gone? I'm just now looking at the chat a little bit. Yeah, I be looking at so much stuff. White, is it? She's just showing the area. I can't just cut y'all off. Oh, that was her last video. No FU info as of yet as her going. Oh, okay. Okay.
So in my last reading with Naziyah, she showed me water. I also saw a falcon and she showed me the airport.
Whoa, he did.
I looked on the map and there was a Falcon motel across the street nearby. There is an airport. It's called the Falcon Inn Motel. And it is on, I believe, Michigan Avenue. And then nearby, you will find a Detroit airport. So I also did see a lighthouse. I said I saw a lighthouse, I saw a crab house, I saw an ice cream shop, I saw a park. There is a lighthouse called Mariners Memorial Lighthouse. And it is located off of Rouge River. Down the street, about 4 to 5 miles, and this is on Jefferson Avenue. You will take Jefferson Avenue and you will find an ice cream shop. And I did say that I saw a fire station right across the street. There will be a fire station there. And in the same area, there is a park located by that same river. There is slides, kids playing, literally a bunch of stuff, everything that I saw. So this is the really important part. I asked Naziyah, where would she be? I was concerned.
So this street that this fire happened on is 11 minutes from Naziyah's house on Bedford. It's 11 minutes from 5901 Bedford. In a car. Hold on.
That her body was moved, and she did confirm that she was chopped up. And she's in different areas now. But they did move her body. I saw her go into a barrel. She said barrel number 10. a black barrel, number 10, Rouge, I'm probably just saying it wrong. Rouge River, and Fitz. And then she said 302, Fitz and Rouge River. And then the barrel. So there is a business called Fitz Products. And it is 1 mile away from the lighthouse. And it is right between Rouge River. There's also called a Buckeye Terminals River Rouge. I'm probably really messing up the name, but right next to it. But Rouge River is right next to Rouge River, and it is called Fitz Products, and it's on Marion Avenue. So when I do click on Fitz Products, it takes me to a lot of tanks. And I mean a lot of tanks. I think this is like a plant house where they run like electric currents or water, sewer. I don't know, but they have a lot of tanks.
Wait, where's she at? Hold on. I wasn't listening. Hold on.
I went down the road.
Wait, what road?
Naziyah,
Oh, Marina.
she gave me a number 302. 302. And I literally wrote it like this: 302 Fitz, Rouge River, barrel. So the address is 255 Marion Avenue. I typed in 302 Marion Avenue. And it brought me to another tank. However, across the street.
So it's not the same place though. 522 Marion Avenue, and this place is on a street called Lycast or something.
And the shop is called
302 Marion.
Michigan Marine Terminal. And this shop specializes in selling barrels.
They
so
probably
my first thought was,
bought them before from Frank's.
I saw a guy put a barrel in the river. I saw that. So I said, where are the barrels? This shop sells a ton of barrels. It's their business. For gas, for fuels, for storage. And then I saw a photo and zoomed in and saw a guy and that same barrel that I saw her in.
That's wild.
And I'm not saying that that's a barrel, but I'm saying like the image of the barrel. So literally down the street, about a 2-mile drive, there is a bridge. I swear it's the same bridge I saw. The exact bridge I saw in my vision. And it is called the 4th Street Bridge. Then once you go about 2 miles down, once you pass this bridge, there is a cemetery. And you remember I did say I saw a cemetery. I saw people digging in the cemetery. It was Shannon, and I can never remember my visions once I'm in, but once I'm out, I don't remember. But I remember I saw a cemetery and people digging. This very moment, I could feel it deep in my bones. Now I can feel it. I feel her.
When she first did this, it really gave me the creeps. I'm like, Chris Watts, that definitely could be in there. I think that is when I thought it. Right when I seen it.
The sign that she gave me hits right on the nail. I'm getting close. Very close. Now I am very confident with this map. I think the only thing that's really left for me to do is go to this location.
Man, oh man. Hold on, y'all. That's wild. So that place, hold on, because she's still in my ear. Let me hold on. So I put in that address that we were just at as far as the oil fires or whatnot. And it was on this street called Lycast, I think it is. And so I put it in, and let's see how many steps we gotta go to get there. So we go to Bedford and Warren and make that right. That's headed towards Frank's shop. Okay, then you gonna wait a minute. Is that Frank's right there? I don't know. That might be Frank's up there. Let's just follow the steps though. It ain't that far. I mean, let's just do this. 11 minutes in the car. It's trashy over here. Sorry, Detroit. Oh, it ain't nothing else. So that's the place, I guess. I mean, is it? Just show me. I don't know where we at. This is the street, but so this is the street right here. But I don't know. Gotta be over here somewhere. This is the area, y'all. It could be down there. It took me right there, so it's in this gate, I'm guessing. But I don't see the cylinders. I could look better. I could get the exact address. I just got the street just to show the distance of the street from their house on Bedford. And let's see. We talking about Naziyah. That's definitely the area, and that's not big. Everything is close. Yeah, everything is close. Always, all in this area. What's her page? Can someone go there? What's whose page? The lady we was just watching. Can somebody drop Rain of Fire's link? We were just yeah, just drop her link if you can. That is Rain of Fire. BFF, you take oil to a recycling place that get rid of it. They clean the oil and they reuse it. Do they? I ain't know that. I never even looked it up. Okay. But they got to put them in something to be able to do that. So they transport oil back and forth to facilities that do oil changes then. So they got to transfer out the old oil barrels for the new clean oil barrels, I'm assuming. And also we seen barrels at the church. Rain of Fire always be on point. She be on point with a lot of stuff. Get some rest. That's the one I need to remember. I gotta get off of here, y'all. I went way over my time, and it's still some stuff that I had that I ain't even talk about. That's what being tired does. But we did the best we could today. I hope y'all learned something new today. Y'all please smack that thumbs up on the way out the door. And we'll be back. But also, y'all, like, I do all forms of content. So if you don't see me live, check out my videos, check out my shorts. I'm dropping something every day. You know, even if it's a short, I'm dropping something. So always check out all forms of content. If you have not set all notifications, please do so you'll know every time we go live over here. Now we need a bridge review. Welcome in, Regan. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm sure I missed a lot, and I would drop the number if I didn't have to go, but yes, on a live 2 nights ago. Oh, okay, yes. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Gigi. Thank all of y'all. Thank all my moderators and members, subscribers. I appreciate y'all being here, but I definitely have to go. Duty calls. Let me get my booty off of here. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. But anyway, I gotta go fast, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Please check out my videos. I drop videos all week, and if y'all didn't get those notifications, please go and check them out right now. And I'll see y'all soon. Are you a true crime sleuth looking to binge watch great content? Come on into my channel where I have a variety of videos, shorts, live streams, podcasts, playlists, members only videos, and also we have Posts. Posts is a place where I share upcoming live streams, videos, calls to action, polls, quizzes, pictures, and ongoing conversations. Stand out and become a member with badges and special members emojis. Thank you for your like and subscription. Are you a Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. I hope y'all have a great rest of the 4th of July with y'all family. I mean, I guess this is pretty much the start. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you, BFF. Enjoy y'all, like and share. Thank you, Lavesta. I appreciate y'all. Drop that fire and horns. Drop that good members emoji, y'all. And drop the fire and horns. If you ain't got them, get membership. No. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Please smack that thumbs up on the way out. We still want 1,000. Peace and love, y'all. We out. And I definitely overstayed my welcome today.
What in the fuckity fuck kind of shit is this?
Wow.